What if Pokemon had more Paradox Pokemon? No, that's not original. Wait. What if Pokemon had a child-designed Paradox Pokemon? Okay, yeah, that's a good one. Hello, child. I'm Mozzarella and Chedda. Welcome back. Just me. Yeah. Paradox Pokemon. Those things exist. This is quick disclaimer. Technically, not really. These are not past Pokemon. I do not like to design past Pokemon. I like to design future Pokemon. And now let's look at my future. Okay, wait. I can explain. Okay, so these ones are from a year ago when Paradox Pokemon first came out. You might be thinking, "Oh, this guy can't draw." Yeah, that was true. Like a year ago, a year-ish ago. Um, but I've gotten way better. Just trust me on that. And if you keep watching this whole video, please watch the whole video. I need it. Um, then you will see that I am actually good now. Um, First one, here we go. Uh, this thing right here, this thing is called Iron Rods. I want you to have a second to guess what Pokemon this is. Like with the base Pokemon. Maybe it's like a Pineco or I don't know. Yep. All your answers are probably wrong. It's Togedemaru. Iron Rods is Togedemaru. And these things, like you look at this guy, you look at this guy down over here, they're not the same. Not at all. But like this is not a Pokemon. This is nothing. This sucks. Um so whenever I decided to redesign this, which was like a week or two or three ago, whenever I started redesigning them, this was the first one I did, first one I made. Yeah. I wanted to look more like Togedemaru, first of all, because this thing shares no features with it whatsoever, rather being gray and yellow. And then also, I want him to look good too, cause this thing is ugly. Like, look at my straight lines. Like on my previous drawing software, it's called Linear Sketch. It's a free one, but you can get so much better for free. Like, I don't know. But yeah, I now use I don't remember what I use. Give me a second. No. I use Procreate. Procreate is what I use. And what did I draw with Procreate? I drew. Okay, wait. I drew Iron Rods, electric normal type. You got a 570 base stat total. I know the stats are not anything like Togedemaru other than special attack being the best stat, but I won't. It makes sense canonically because this Pokemon resembles a robotic helper described in a paranormal magazine. And this Pokemon also resembles an object from an expedition journal that conducts electricity from its rods. That's how it does the electricity things. Yeah, iron rods, everybody. So, like, you look at this guy, then you look at this, and then you look at this. Which one do you think Togedemaru is? It's this one, obviously. I even did this better. I gave him ears. These things that previously were his ears. Nothing. They weren't good. Um, then, like, he just has, like, these, like, eyes that are kind of like ovals. Yeah, no, now he has, like, round eyes, kind of like him. He got a nose. The ears and the nose. Most Paradox Pokemon don't do that, but I wanted to do something a little new. Like most Paradox Pokemon, it's just the eyes that are the screen. But like majority of this guy's body is the screen. And plus we've seen how it looks whenever I tried to make the body have body parts too. So no. And then also this is like if you're trying to like conduct the electricity, it's like an attack thing. Next Pokemon. This guy, he's a Mimikyu, and his name is Iron Mace. Um, I was talking to Cheeseweez whenever I first made this, and she didn't know what Pokemon it was. Fair. Um, the only thing that resembles Mimikyu is the shape, kind of. And then, she said Spiritomb. It's not a Spiritomb. Ignore that this is the X logo. It's not a Spiritomb. It's a Mimikyu. So that's another thing I wanted to do with this design. I wanted to make it more clear with the face, because the face. We'll talk about what the face is in a little bit, and then obviously make the circle more circular. And yeah, make the tail not look like that. And I say I did a pretty good job with the new Iron Mace Electric Ghost. This this Pokemon's behavior is much like malware described in a paranormal magazine. The robots that download it begin to have murderous tendencies. This never seen before Pokemon, coincidentally, resembles Iron Mace, a murderous robot described from an old expedition book. You got a 590 base stat total, really good. You got basically Mimikyu but better. That's what a Paradox Pokemon stat should be. So it's like Iron Thorns because it's a thing weaker than it's 10 points weaker than Tyranitar, or all of the legendaries that turned into like the Swords of Justice. And then yeah. This guy right here, really good. The colors, we had Iron Jugulus right here. I'd like to believe that this thing is like Iron Jugulus' like dad. Like Iron Jugulus, like inside of its dex entry, I think it's Scarlet. It says something like, "Oh, this is an offspring of a Hydreigon and a robot." This is probably the robot because it has like the floating claw. It's purple. It's edgy. Then Toxel, we use that for the purple colors because we're not using pink because that's already used. I don't want a third Paradox Pokemon that uses pink because we have Iron Valiant and then Hydreigon, Iron, as I like to call Iron Jugulus, Iron Jugulus, and then hey, editing Chedda here. Iron Leaves is also pink. Also, what kind of name is Iron Leaf? And then Togedemaru we use as the head color. And if you haven't realized, this thing right here, that's just Iron Rods. It's Iron Rods. He got beat up, and then he uses it as a head because normally inside of the games and stuff, like all lore for Mimikyu, he hates Pikachu. But Pikachu, he's dead in the new world. He's dead in the future. Great thing. I'm really happy about that. But yeah, no, I don't want him. I don't want Mimikyu to be left out. I love Mimikyu. He's a little guy. He's like my third favorite Pokemon. We'll talk about my two in a little bit. But then like, what he gonna what's he gonna leech off of now to like be like, you suck, Togedemaru robot. And also, if you haven't realized, because you're probably not paying attention, the base art, this art, like the main artwork, is different from this. This was the original, but this one is just better. I think we can all agree this one's just better. Way sassier. Now we have Iron Unit. You probably don't know what this Pokemon is. That's my main critique with all of my Paradox designs before this. And this one. It doesn't look like Cinderace. You might be wondering, where does Iron Unit come from? It comes from Unite. Basically, I'd like to believe Cinderace is the main Pokemon, like the main mascot for Pokemon Unite, even though it sucks in game. And, like, he's like the main picture right here. He's on the main game cover artwork thing for whenever you boot it up on the Switch. They changed the app for, like, they changed the image for mobile because it's mobile. And, also, this thing, like much of my other designs, doesn't look like a Cinderace. This thing looks like a Mega Man character. Ignore this photo. Of, like, with a Nerf football head. With metal Sonic's eyes. That's literally what I drew him as. Like, the only similarities that these two have is he got the red forehead thing. Kind of ears if you're on some illegal substances. And then, like, the arrow thing on his chest, which I wanted it to be different, but nah, different isn't always good for designs for Paradox Pokemon. That's something that I, like, figured out as I was doing this. And, this one is the one that changed the second most. The first two are kind of like polishes so that they look better, quality of life, Minecraft mods, I don't know. But, this new Iron Unit, just look at him. Look at Iron Unit. A fire electric type. Stat total 570, better Cinderace. Good attack. This Pokemon resembles a prototype sport robot from Aos Island. That's the place where Pokemon Unite takes place. A paranormal magazine reported about the progress on the prototype a year ago. I wanted to do something new with that deck entry. Also, an expedition notebook describes groups of machines that were shown competing against each other. This Pokemon vaguely resembles one of those machines. Attacking, boom, Pokemon Unite. They're competing. They're competing to beat up Rayquaza or something. I don't know. It makes sense with the type thing. Fire Electric, that's good against Rayquaza. But like, look at this guy, and then look at this guy. This probably is my worst redesign, but it's still pretty good. For the colors, obviously we had Cinderace's red, but then also we had Latios's colors. I hated having to shade the blue parts in like Gen 9, because this is Gen 4 colors. Hey, childs, I'm back again. Editing Chedda here. Latios is Gen 3, not Gen 4, and I'm dumb. Type that in the comments below. Chedda is dumb. Haha. O plus Bozo plus ratio. Yeah, I don't know. Bye. And, if you don't know how shading works for Gen 9, basically, what they do is they have, like, colors, like, right here, like, the slightly shaded in, and then shaded in, and then lighter color, and then lighter color. Which they didn't do in Gen 4, I'll tell you that. They didn't even do that in Gen 8, which is the Gen before this one. But, yeah, way better design. Probably my worst redesign, but, my best one probably, right here. Iron Metro. I actually made a video about this guy, like the process of making him. I'll put that in the description. Or if I can figure it out, I'll put it in the end card of the video. But, Iron Metro, this guy, he's a Duraludon Archaludon. I drew this guy, like, shortly after Archaludon was, like, announced to become a Pokemon, which I love this thing. This is my third favorite Pokemon, or my second now, actually. Second favorite Pokemon. Cinderace is my first. Duraludon was my, like, third for a while. Then he started to fall off, and then Archaludon came and he swept, like, competitive with Rain, or with body prep, whatever. Also, this thing, why he looks like this, he's based off, like, all the future cities. If you just search future city inside of Google Images, and you look, he's gonna look like this. It's kind of, but it's more like chrome, like Duraludon and Archaludon. Love Archaludon shiny. Off topic, kind of. I would have loved Archaludon shiny to be, like, the gold swapped with the silver. Or chrome, whatever you want to call it. And then the blue swapped with the red. It would have looked so good. So good. But I'm still fine with the shiny. I love the shiny. Anyway, speaking of shiny, let's look at, our new Iron Metro. Even changed his name because Iron Metro doesn't really fit with Iron Hammer, Steel Electric. Ignore that all my Paradox Pokemons that I drew this whole video are all electric types and all Pokemon I like, plus Tokenomaru, which is my favorite Pika clone. Iron Hammer, look at this thing, so much better. This Pokemon looks like a futuristic version of a well-known city in the Galar region, picturized in a paranormal magazine. This Pokemon looks like Iron Hammer, a Pokemon depicted in an expedition journal. 590 base stat total. It's just Archaludon, but better. It has better special attack, better defenses. Better special defenses. The main problem with regular Archaludon, terrible defenses. HP, it's good, I guess. Attack if you want to get a body press in. And then 60 speed. Trick Room Sweeper, even better. Also, if you haven't realized what Iron Hammer is because you didn't play Gen 8, which is actually valid, but also not valid. I love that game. Not for the story. Iron Hammer right here, obviously really different. But I based him off something that's in Pokemon, much like Archaludon being based off the bridge inside of Gen 5. Unova, yeah. Before that, Iron Metro is able to transform into this thing. Kind of looked like Scrooge McDuck's money bin. But now, Iron Hammer, he's Hammerlock. He's Hammerlock, bro. This is like, for context, what this was originally in my video was like, he's able to fold himself up. Or like change, like, these things, like his arms and his legs, they're not attached to each other. Because I always like that idea where, like, limbs aren't attached. It's weird. Um, but he's able to do this. It's really cool. Really like it a lot. Right here is, like, where the blast would come from. Maybe there would be some from, like, the tower leg things also. Don't really know. I kept the legs mostly the same. But also, I added, like, the little, like, brick things right here that, like, all castles have for some reason. Which Hammerlock does too. Plus, it's just, like, a good design thing. It would be more boring if I didn't add that part. But, yeah, I just want to talk about how to make future Paradox Pokemon. No more new Paradox Pokemon. I'm not drawing anymore for this video. It's the end of the video almost. There's going to be like 5 minutes talking about how to make Paradox Pokemon and my feelings for the ones I made. But the first step to making a Paradox Pokemon that would be like, it looks like it could be a thing, is you base it off one of the ones that already exist. For example, Iron Unit, I based him off, kind of loosely, very loosely, off Iron Valiant, because ball joints, and you got ball joints and ball joints. This guy, he's just an action figure. That's literally what I made him. And then Iron Hammer, he does what Iron Moth does, and he has his limbs like disconnected. Even I forgot what I keep naming these guys. Even Iron Unit right here, his ears do float like his wings. Maybe they're related. Probably not. But these two we established already are related, and these parts right here are the same and how they float. And then also, like, before, what I didn't experiment before this video was making the spikes like part of like the screen color thing. Cause I didn't like the idea at first, but then I looked at all like the future Paradox Pokemon, and like a lot of them just have like these things right here. They're screens. They're not like holograms or anything. Actually, that kind of is. But besides the point, I don't know. They don't really explain why they like this. And then loosely, iron rods, kind of like iron treads because you ball, but also not really because his like limbs are kind of like that one like series of Kirby action figures with like the magnetic arms that are able to just move around all over the place. That was what I was picturing the first time I designed this, and it's still what I picture nowadays. Heck, maybe they're even the same. Maybe this guy like picks things up with robotic parts and he rolls them around like, I don't know, a truck or something. And then this guy, like we established, he's a helper. This guy helps. And then another thing that you need to know is that you need to make the Pokemon how the base art looks. Like right here, same pose, and then they look like exactly the same in game and everything. But like if they didn't do that, you wouldn't be able to tell that it was that Pokemon. Like for example, another example actually, Delibird and then Iron, what is this, Bundle? Yeah, I use this thing all the time, but I rename my Pokemon. They're literally the same pose except he's holding his gun tail thing. Same like stance and everything except it's Gen 9 and he's future robot metal and he has shading. And then for example, Hydreigon. This one is hated on so much. I don't really understand why. Because like he's cool, kind of. Like I feel like my main criticism is like people say, "Oh, he looks the same. He's just a robot." That's the point of the Paradox Pokemon. But like if you like stripped him from his wings, you got rid of the heads, he looks like this. It's not a good design. Don't try to make your future Paradox Pokemon look different from your base one. Most of the time. Most of the time. I'll say most of the time. Sometimes it does look good to change it, like Iron Valiant. Love Iron Valiant. Probably my favorite. No, it is my favorite Paradox Pokemon. And then, tier list, because, I don't know. We need to get more views. I don't know how people are gonna find this at the end of the video and be like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna watch that part for the end of the video. But, tier list, yeah, first tier we got Scarlet and Violet art. Basically, it's really good art. It could be in-game. You could trick, I don't know, some guy who didn't know about the future Paradox Pokemon. And then you got art, where it's not Scarlet and Violet like it's gonna be in game, but it's still good. And then you have Brilliant Diamond, but with no diamond, so it's good. And then Crappy kinda, where it's like mid, it's just mid. And then Diamond but Brilliant, it's bad. And then Fake Fakemon, it doesn't look like a Pokemon, it doesn't look like a Fakemon, it looks like crap. And then we're ranking all of the Paradox Pokemon that I drew. The immersion's about to get ruined. Boom. Look at that. Yeah. So, first of all, we got Iron Rods, the original. This thing sucks. Then we have Iron Mace. I feel, no, literally why Iron Rods look so bad is because I was trying to make something that could work as the head for Iron Mace. Because that's literally what I thought whenever I was making it. Like, oh, I'm gonna make some guy into the head, because that would be pretty cool with Mimikyu. But then I didn't pay any attention to this guy. He's diamond but brilliant. Iron Unit, you are also... No, you're kind of cool. You have a cool body. Iron Metro, you also suck, though. Then Iron Rods, I like this thing a lot. We're gonna put it in art tier, or A tier. All these are, like, the names of, like, just get rid of, like, all these parts, and then you got actual tier lists. And then Iron Mace can go with Iron Rods, too. Iron Unit, it's a B. I like it. I like it a lot. It's way better than previous Iron Unit. But it's, like I said, it's my worst one. Then Iron Hammer, this thing is crazy. I love this thing. Cheeseweeze likes it too. Obviously, it's Scarlet and Violet worthy. So, yeah, those are my tiers. Please like and subscribe, please. I know, like, all the Paradox Pokemon I designed are Pokemon I like, plus my favorite Pika clone. But, like, please do it. Yeah, yeah, I don't really know what to say, except, goodbye, childs. I've done that intro so many times where I'm like, I don't really know what to say, except, goodbye, child, and, yeah, there you go, goodbye, childs. I said it 3 different times, crazy. That was crazy, that